So today we're going to be talking about the combination of two ideas that I've already talked about on Patreon to make one cohesive routine. Now this is an idea that I've already put on the channel beforehand a long time ago, but this idea goes way back to Matthew Dowden, who had a very similar idea in one of his DVDs, which I think is phenomenal. I'll link it below. You guys should definitely pick it up. It's really old, but it does have some quality gems in there. So I'm going to show you guys how combining these two ideas make one really good, solid card to anywhere sort of routine. So the way this looks like is we're going to have the cards shuffled and mixed, and we're going to tell the spectator they're going to pick whichever card they want. Now, it's going to be very important that we stress the freedom of whichever card to the spectator and for them to remember that they had a free choice. As a matter of fact, when they touch the card, we give them the option to change their mind. Let's say the spectator picks the 7 of clubs. In this case, they don't want to change their mind, which is good. So we're going to lose this card somewhere in the middle of the deck. And our job is going to be to try to cut to this card. So I'm going to try to give it one of these fancy Instagram cuts. Here we go. Your card was a joker, sir. And of course, the spectator is going to respond negatively. You go, okay, you know, I think I was close. I think I was close. Don't set me too short here. But I'm going to show you some cards. I want you to tell me if you see your card, but don't tell me what your card is, all right? So we have the joker. We have the 7 of diamonds. We have the 7 of clubs. We have the king of clubs. And we have the 4 of hearts. Did you see your card somewhere in there, sir? And of course, the spectator is going to respond in a positive way. So you tell him, sir, so you saw your card among one of these 5, because we're going to try something that I don't think you've seen before with this. Are you ready? Did you see it? Look, my hands are empty. Where we had 5 cards, now we only have 4. You notice, what card did you pick, sir? Of course, the spectator is going to say the 7 of clubs, and that's the card that is gone from the stack. Because you notice, their card is no longer in the deck. If we look through the deck, it's not there. We threw the cards inside of the box. And if we look, there's now a plain card inside of the box. Now, this box has been here the entire time. But of course, the card inside is a freely selected 7 of clubs. And that's the trick. So you see we're combining two different ideas here. One that we talked about in the Patreon Academy, which is the Biddle Steal. The other one is having the Biddle Steal as a vanish as opposed to doing it in the classic Biddle trick, which is the Matthew Dowden idea of instead of doing a card vanishing from an entire deck, you're having the card vanish from a small stack of cards. This way, for example, if you want to throw the cards at your shoe or at the card box, you're not throwing the entire deck, you're only throwing a small number of cards, which is a wonderful idea. So that combined with a double-backed card. That is what we're combining here. Now, this double back card doesn't necessarily have to be a double back card. It could be just a normal card, but you're going to see a double back card helps out a lot. Now, this is an idea that I put on Patreon a little while ago of something that I always have on me because this allows you to have any out that you want. If you ever mess up a trick, having a double backer in your pocket is a godsend. So you guys are going to see in that previous video that I put up that I'm going to link below why having a double back card should be pretty much something that everyone does. Either have it in your wallet, in your pocket, or even in your shoe if it's one of those cards that has a good finish enough that it's not going to destroy itself inside of your shoe. But we're going to combine that idea to make this little routine that you saw now. So the prep for this, we have a double backer or even a regular card in the actual card box itself. And then the rest of the deck is normal. That's pretty much it. So the deck is shuffled and mixed. And the most important part here is that because you're not having the card signed for obvious reasons, you're going to stress on the freedom of the spectator being able to pick whichever card they want in a free selection. So you're going to make sure that they pick a card and they're 100% sure that that's a free selection. Now, you ask them to change their mind if they want to. You pretty much are stressing the point of freedom because you want them to remember that this could have truly been any card. The reason for this, again, is that you can't have this card signed. You could, but you're not going to be able to use the Biddle method because the Biddle method relies on you seeing the cards. So when you do the Biddle Steal, you're going to be looking at the card. So it's going to be very easy to differentiate the spectator's card because it's going to be the one with a signature on it. And that's not really much of a magic trick. So for this, we're going to have any card picked. In this case, it's going to be the Queen of Spades. While the spectator is looking at this card, you're going to get a break below the second card in the left hand. So that when you square the Queen of Spades up, that card is now going to be third below your break. So you're going to have the break. Then you're going to have 2 cards and then the Queen of Spades. That's what we're going to get at here. So when we control that card and double undercut, their Queen of Spades is going to be third from the face of the deck. So that's where we need to get it for this trick. However you want to get that card to that position, you do it. This is just the easiest way. You're just getting a break below 2 cards. So that when you square up, all you have to do is cut that card to the face and you have that card exactly where it needs to be, which is third from the face of the deck. And now we're going to do the Biddle Steal. We discussed this in the Patreon Card Academy. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure to check that out. But we're going to execute the Biddle Steal on the Queen of Diamonds. So when we get to that queen of diamonds, we're going to do the biddle steal. So now the queen of diamonds is in the back over here, unbeknownst to the spectator. We're going to turn this half over in the deck. We're going to turn this over and do whatever false count you want. This was a false Elmsley count where I'm counting 5 cards, but really I'm holding on to 4. The way I do this is that I count off 1. I steal that card as I draw the next one. And then I'm counting the rest normally. So the way that looks from the bottom, I'm stealing this one in the back as I'm counting the next one. So what this accomplishes is that it's giving the illusion that you're counting 5 cards, really there are 4. If you want to do the biddle method here, you're more than welcome. I just like the freedom of doing this Elmsley count as 5 cards. So now what you're going to do is that you're going to grab this packet and throw it at wherever that double backer happens to be. In this case, the double backer's in the box, so I'm going to throw this at the box and now show that their card is completely gone. I'm going to need to pick up the deck, so I say, look, your card is completely gone from the deck. You don't see it anywhere here, right? And of course, I'm just careful not to spread that back card, but I say your card is nowhere here because notice I threw the cards at the box. Here, I'm going to pick up the box. I'm going to open it and show that there's a card there. That's going to be my misdirection for getting a break. I'm going to take that card out, put it on top of the left hand. As I say, this box has been on the table the entire time, sir. That's going to be my motivation to square this card up with the deck so that now I could do a double lift, show the queen, and thumb it off very fairly. Now here, if you don't have a double backer, which by the way, the spectator is never handling this, so you could just simply glue 2 cards face to face and it's going to act as a double backer. But if you are choosing to do this with a single facer, so a regular card, at this point, you're not going to be able to do a clean display. So once you take this card out of the box and say that card's been there the entire time, you're going to do a double lift and then you're going to have to risk kill in order to show that card freely. So you can't just show the top of the deck because you're going to expose the double lift. So you're going to have to risk kill and show that card and say your card went to the box or whatever it is that you want to do to finish that. So that is this biddle idea combined with the double backer. It's a wonderful thing. Again, be creative where you put this double backer. You can put it inside of the box. You could put it inside of your shoe. And ultimately, you have a freely selected card that ends up anywhere you want with a very clean method. So you guys play around with that. You leave ideas in the comments below. And thank you guys for supporting Old Piggy here.